Hey y'all, this video is going to be a hair tutorial on, by request. Someone asked me to put up a video showing how I curl my hair with this Babyliss Pro flat iron, and so that's what I'm going to do. This is a full sew-in and it has a closure, and I just moved my part over. I usually have it in the center, so it's already flat iron. It's Brazilian curly hair, so it's already flat iron, and I'm just going to show how I curl it with the flat iron because I don't own a curling wand or a curling iron. So the video should only take me about 10 or 15 minutes since my hair has already been straightened. I don't put a lot of product on my hair, so usually daily I'll add a little bit, just a little bit of this Cheese Silk Infusion, just so that the hair will lay down. If there's any flyaways or baby hairs, or on the tips if they start to look a little dry, because again it is Brazilian hair, which tends to get more of a drier texture than like Peruvian or Malaysian, things like that. So what I would recommend is that if you're going to either flat iron your hair or curl your hair, you always want to use a heat protector. This is a pretty good one, Chi Iron Guard. And basically you're supposed to use it on your hair while it's dry, and you just spray it on the individual sections that you're going to flat iron or curl, and you're supposed to go from the root to the end of the hair. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and I'm pretty lazy and I usually don't use this, but I recommend that you do. And I'll kind of show you what it would look like if you did use it. So other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I'm going to just put some loose curls in it, so it shouldn't take me that long. And again, this is a Babyliss Pro Nano Titanium flat iron, and this is a 1 1/4 inch, so I can do some pretty big sections with it. So what I'm gonna do is I usually start on the side of my head, and see if I have a scrunchie. So I'm gonna use a scrunchie to just get this other part out of my way while I'm working on the section. And I'm gonna comb it out. And even though I did flat iron it, it still does have a few waves in it, but that's okay. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, this is week 5 of me having this install of this hair. So I'm going to make another section, a smaller section out of the section that I just made, and I'm looking for a bobby pin so that I can get this out of my way. Hold on, y'all. Can't find one right now, so I'm just going to use this little section divider so that I can get that out of my way and work on this little chunk here, which is probably about no more than 2 inches wide. So I'm going to run over it one more time. And again, I already have a little bit of stuff in my hair, but I'm going to spray some of this on here. Like I told y'all, I don't really use it like I'm supposed to, but just to show you the right way to do it. And by the way, my flat iron is digital, so it goes from 300 degrees to 340 to 375 to 410 to 450. And just as an FYI, I usually don't put mine on any higher than 410. I usually leave it on 375 most of the time, unless I'm trying to get it really, really straight. But 450 is the temperature that hair starts to burn. So you really don't want to put your flat iron on the highest setting if you don't have to. So I just sprayed some of that Iron Guard on my hair by Chi, and I'm going to run through it once. And I don't know if you'll see any smoke or not, but if you do, it's from the spray. I'm not burning my hair. And as you can see, I kind of just roll down slowly with the flat iron to make a kind of a curling motion. And that's pretty much it. And I can go over it again if I want the curl to be tighter at the bottom, but I think that's fine for me. And then I kind of just finger comb it out. So that is how I make my curls with the flat iron. Again, just a slow curling motion. I try not to leave it on too long on one part because I don't want it to make that hard line in the middle of my hair, because this isn't a very round tipped flat iron, as you can see. So if I do leave it on one section for a very long time, it's going to have a really hard crease in it, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to move on to the next little section. And I tend to make my curls a lot tighter around my face, and the ones in the back, I usually make them a little bit looser. So, and again, I'm going to start from the top and work my way down. And now I'm going to do my curling motion. And there you go. And I'm going to break it up with my fingers. Some nice curls. And now I'm going to break this again because I want this to be a little bit more defined in the front around my face. So I'm going to make that curl even smaller so it can have more volume as well. And I want to make sure my ends look very polished. So, okay. Now I'm going to finish out this section. And usually, like I said, I don't use sections that are more than 2 inches wide as I'm doing it. And I'm not putting a lot of the iron guard on it because, like I said, I do already have a little bit of the Silk Infusion on there, and I don't like a lot of product in my hair. And then I don't want it to be really crispy either, so a little bit goes a long way. And then as I finish, again, I just always kind of use my fingers to break up the curls. And this iron is a really, really great iron, so it doesn't take too many do-overs in regards to the number of times you have to run through one strand of hair to get it straightened or to get it curled. I don't have to do that multiple times with the same piece of hair. So this is a really good iron, and it doesn't take me long to either straighten my hair or flat iron it. I'm sorry, or curl it with this iron. And I actually thought I was going to have more of a problem with this because I just moved my part over. And even though this is a freestyle closure where you can part it anywhere you want to, sometimes when you have your hair parted a certain way for a very long time, the hair just doesn't want to cooperate. So if that's the case when I finish, then I'm just going to put a little bit of, probably a little argan oil on it to lay down the pieces if there's some that just kind of decided, I don't think I want to go over that way. Then I'll just put that on a little bit at the end when I'm done curling it. But pretty much this is all I'll be doing. My little 2-inch sections, and I've already done about 1/3 of my hair. I know some people probably start from the back and work their way up, or do 4 sections, and that's fine, but since it doesn't take me long anyways, this works best for me. So again, I'm just gonna make another section, a smaller section out of the section I just parted. Put a little bit of the silk, the cheese silk iron guard on there. Run through it from top to bottom. And in the back, I just want very loose curls. So I'm not going to try to make them as tight as I did in the front. And I'm not going to start my curl so high. I'm going to start it towards the very bottom, so that it can just have a little bit of flow on the bottom. So again, I'm starting my curl almost towards the center of the hair. And again, I'm just still doing that rolling motion. And this is the last piece from that little section. Starting from the top, working my way to the tip. And now I have half of my head done. So I'm gonna wait until I do the other side before I start breaking up the curls in the back. So now I'm just gonna get this out of the way so that I can do this back section. And as you can see, it doesn't take very long with this flat iron anyways. If you have a really good flat iron, it doesn't take very long at all. So, a little dab of the iron guard, comb it or brush it, and again, I'm not going to start on the curling motion until I get at least into the center of the strand. And that one didn't quite curl. So, there's that. Let's curl from the other side. And if you have like a body wave or very, very loose wave extension in your head, you probably could even skip the flat ironing part. But the curl pattern on this particular hair that I have installed right now, it's very, very deep curls, so probably wouldn't have worked out as best had I not flat ironed it for this particular look anyways. And again, that is not my hair burning, that is the iron guard spray.